Hey, Christine, Renee here. I am coming on for day 4 of our Envision Own and Create Your 2020 Reiki Dreams. Super excited by doing this series. It's invigorating myself and my business as well. Today I wanted to talk to you about fear. All of us have them. All of us have to decide whether they're going to hold us back or launch us into the future. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about fear and how fear can actually be a driving force in your goals and your Reiki dreams and the momentum that you're creating for moving forward into 2020. So there are a lot of fears. There's a fear of failure. There's a fear of success. There's a fear that you're not good enough. There's a fear of rejection. There's a fear that other people aren't going to like you. There's a fear, there's so many fears that can overwhelm us. And part of my Reiki Cafe group, we did a full survey on what are your fears about doing Reiki, right? And so we're going to be doing a whole hour of just uncovering and healing your fears around owning a Reiki business. And that's going to be part of our Reiki Business Bootcamp. But for today, what I want to do for your exercise to help heal and release fear is to really come down to what is it that I'm really truly afraid of. In the past few days, we've looked at what is it that we want, what is it that we want to go for, what is it that we want to own, how we want to declare it. And now we're going to look at what's the fear in that manifesting. So, for example, yesterday we had someone who said she wanted to write a book. Well, where's the fear in that? Is the fear that you're not going to have the know how to put the self-book together, self-publish, or to find an editor, or to, there's all these fears. And what will happen if it doesn't line up? Like what the fear of failure, the fear that it's too hard for me, or the fear of whatever it is. And so what we want to do is we want to narrow it down to what that fear, truly the pinpoint of it is. Why aren't you stepping forward into your calling, into your passion, into your dreams? And when you can write it out, what I want you to do is actually say, I am so grateful for having this fear because, okay, that's a little counterintuitive. So I have a fear of, let's say, that of rejection, okay? So I have a fear that I'm going to be called out as a witch. I have a fear that the Christians are going to attack me in my business. I have a fear of whatever it is. I'm so grateful that I've had this fear because it taught me this. Find the lesson in your fear. Because when you can find the lesson in your fear, you're going to start doing the healing work around it. So when you can be grateful for the fear that has presented itself, not only is it very possible that the past life connection is going to come to head and say, oh, that's because you were hung in a past life for trying to be a healer, or you were criticized in a past life, or you talked too boldly in a past life and they cut out your tongue, or whatever it was. We have to get to the underlying reasoning of our fear and recognize it and go, I am so happy and grateful that I have this fear because now it let me do the healing work around it. So I have a fear of overwhelming success that I'm not going to be able to keep up. And so if I look at my fear, if I'm afraid of succeeding, because that fear is actually pushing away success to come to me. That's what fear does. It actually is like the roadblocks to money, the roadblocks to success is the fear itself, right? So I can be so happy and grateful that I have the fear of success because it's let me grow slow and learn the lessons that I needed to learn in the process. If I woke up tomorrow and was a multimillionaire with a big industry that I was helping with, it would be a complete shock. I actually really do love growing slow and steady. I teach slow and steady. If I turned around and tomorrow I had my classes were filled with 50 people, it would be too much for my psychic self, right? My psychic energy. So I can turn around and be like, I don't have to be afraid of success, but I need to know that in that there will be a reaching out for help, a reaching out for personal assistance and virtual assistance and someone to manage the website, and it's growing the team. Because oftentimes when you try to do everything on your own, it is an ego trip. It's you're holding on too tight and not reaching out for help, which is also part of this fear thing. If I just hold on really tight and I just try to do it all by myself and try to figure it out all by myself, then I'll be safe. And that's the underlying thing of like, I can't do this. I have to do this alone or I won't be good enough. That's the fear, that I have to do it all alone, that no one will support me. That is actually the underlying fear, and going, well, how has that served me? Well, I can be really tough and I can be resilient and I can do all these things. And I know that if I want to grow to a success level, I'm going to have to start asking for help. There is no business out there that hasn't gone to a network marketing thing or has reached out to the local community to see how they can build their website better or find a marketing person. Because I really truly believe that if you are hating the thing that you're doing, you're putting your energy imprint on that and no one's going to actually want it. So if you're building your own website and you're pulling out your hair and you're like, this is why I don't want to do it, of course I'm going to fail, I can't even build a website. Well, you aren't here to build a website, you're here to be a love and light worker, right? So give the website to the people who love to create websites. That is their dream, that's their passion, and that's what you need to hand over. You want to focus on the things that you really truly love and care about, and then find all the stuff that you don't like about business. You find the expert in that area who loves it, right? You don't like to do taxes? Find the tax guy who loves doing taxes. So that's my philosophy on really kind of going, okay, why am I beating myself up and making myself turn into a failure? That's my underlying fear. I'm pushing things away instead of just focusing on the things that I love. So your homework is to really pinpoint what your fear is and write it out and try to go to a place of pure gratitude for that fear and a way of healing it, that you can let go of the grip a little bit more. And that's going to help when you start to Nevillize. That was a video we did a few days ago. When we start declaring it and owning it, this is what we want. If we can clear out the fears, then it's going to be a lot smoother sailing. So know that we really address this in the Reiki Business Bootcamp. Know that I have, it's in the Reiki and Manifesting Abundance course. We really address fears in that and looking at cultural beliefs, money beliefs, and really kind of taking a backdoor approach of going, what does this all break down to? And so know that I really do focus on this, because I feel like almost all of my Reiki business clients, this is where they get stuck. They get hung up on a fear, and instead of like looking at it, even though it's scary, they want to push it away. And it's like, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna feel into it. We're gonna find the gratitude aspects. We're gonna find where it served you that you can be grateful for, and then we're gonna bless it and release it. So I honor you and all of your fears, and know that with a bit of faith and some strength, you can overcome anything. If this is part of your destiny, if this is part of your universal alignment, you can know that whatever slip-ups happen, it was meant for divine reason. Like these things that happen in our careers, in our Reiki businesses, in our healing journeys, whatever shows up, it's the exact lesson you need at that point to help you be the better business person later on. Like all of these lessons are vitally important. And so if you can say the things that show up that are scary, the fears that show up that are scary in the process, and go, thank you, I needed to address this. Thank you, I can look at this and find, your grace in all of this. Things are going to start rolling. And you won't get so caught up in the emotional trigger of it going, wow, of course that's going to happen because I needed that today. Even if it was a ticket on your car or whatever it was. Because that's the way the universe works. It's going to give you everything that you need, including the lessons, so that you can be the success that you're destined to be, and getting your message and your vision out to all that need to hear it. So with that, please check out my Reiki Cafe University All Access Pass for 2020. Lots of good, yummy stuff in there. But for today, that's what I have for you. And I look forward to seeing you here again the next 3 days. All right. Take care. Love you all.